There's a secret that separates those who build wealth from those who struggle their entire lives. It's not intelligence, it's not luck, and it's not even how much money you start with. It's something far more powerful, something hidden in the architecture of the mind itself. The millionaire mindset is not about greed or obsession with money. It's about understanding the invisible forces that shape every financial decision you make. Most people walk through life with a financial operating system they never chose. Scripts written in childhood. Beliefs inherited from parents who inherited them from their parents. These beliefs act as invisible blueprints, constructing the limits of what you think is possible. A woman named Sarah earned 6 figures but lived paycheck to paycheck for years. She couldn't understand why. Despite her success, financial security always felt just out of reach. The answer wasn't in her bank statements or her spending habits alone. It was buried in a memory from age 7, watching her mother cry over unpaid bills. That moment created a neural pathway, a deep groove in her brain connecting money with fear. Every time she earned more, that ancient alarm system would trigger, whispering that it wouldn't last. So unconsciously, she would spend it, confirming the prophecy her 7-year-old self had made. This is the power of what psychologists call a limiting belief about money. Your brain is not designed to make you wealthy. It's designed to keep you safe. And to your primitive brain, the familiar feels safe, even when the familiar is financial struggle. Neuroscientists have discovered something remarkable about how we process financial decisions. When you contemplate losing money, your brain lights up in the same regions that respond to physical pain. This is called loss aversion, and it's hardwired into your neural architecture. Your brain fears losing $100 twice as much as it enjoys gaining $100. This invisible bias silently sabotages your investments, keeping you playing small when you should be growing. But here's what the wealthy understand that most people never learn. Your relationship with money is not fixed. It's a story you're telling yourself every single day. And like any story, it can be rewritten with awareness, intention, and practice. The millionaire mindset begins with a fundamental shift in perspective. Where most people see a finite pie, the wealthy see an expanding universe of possibility. This is the difference between a scarcity mindset and an abundance mindset. Scarcity whispers that there's never enough, that someone else's gain is your loss. It's the lens of lack that colors every decision with fear and competition. Abundance sees opportunities where others see obstacles, growth where others see limits. It understands that wealth is not a zero-sum game. That value can be created, not just divided. A man named Marcus grew up in poverty, watching his father work 3 jobs and still struggle. He inherited the belief that hard work alone would never be enough, that the system was rigged. For years, he worked tirelessly but never invested, never took calculated risks, never believed in his own potential. Until one day, a mentor asked him a simple question that changed everything. What if the story you're living isn't the truth, but just one possible interpretation of your past? That question cracked open a door Marcus didn't know existed. He began to study the psychology of wealth, the habits of those who'd built financial freedom. He discovered that wealthy people don't just think differently about money, they think differently about themselves. They see themselves as creators of value, not just earners of wages. They understand that your income is directly tied to the value you provide to others. This shift from employee mindset to investor mindset is the foundation of lasting wealth. The wealthy know that time is their most valuable asset, not money. They ask not just how much something costs, but how much of their life they're trading for it. They understand the power of compound interest, the snowball that starts small but becomes unstoppable. Albert Einstein allegedly called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. Those who understand it earn it. Those who don't, pay it. Every day you delay investing is a day that compounding has one less day to work its magic. But the millionaire mindset isn't just about accumulation. It's about intentionality. The wealthy create budgets, not as cages, but as blueprints for the life they truly want to build. They tell their money where to go instead of wondering where it went. They automate their savings, removing willpower from the equation entirely. Because they understand that discipline is not about constant effort. It's about building systems that work without you. There's a psychological phenomenon called the Diderot effect that keeps most people trapped. You buy a new car, and suddenly your garage looks shabby, so you renovate it. Then your house looks outdated by comparison, so you remodel that too. One purchase cascades into another, an endless cycle of consumption that never satisfies. The wealthy break this cycle by clearly defining what enough looks like for them. They understand that true wealth is not about having more. It's about needing less. It's about owning your time, about having the power to choose how you spend your days. Financial freedom is the moment your assets earn more than your expenses, when work becomes optional. But most people never reach this point because they confuse income with wealth. A high salary is meaningless if it all flows out as quickly as it flows in. Wealth is what you keep, what you invest, what compounds silently in the background of your life. The millionaire mindset embraces delayed gratification, planting seeds for a future harvest. It resists the siren call of instant pleasure that our consumer culture broadcasts constantly. Every advertisement is designed to trigger your emotional brain, to bypass your rational mind. The wealthy have learned to pause, to create space between impulse and action. They ask themselves, is this purchase aligned with my values and long-term goals? This simple question is a firewall against the thousands of dollars that leak away each year. Another secret the wealthy understand is the power of multiple income streams. They don't rely on a single source of money. They build a financial ecosystem. Earned income from work, investment income from assets, passive income from systems they've created. This diversification isn't just smart financially, it's psychologically liberating. When your survival doesn't depend on a single paycheck, you make better decisions. You negotiate from a position of strength. You take calculated risks. You invest in yourself. The millionaire mindset also embraces continuous learning about money and psychology. The wealthy read, they study, they seek mentors who have achieved what they aspire to. They understand that financial literacy is not taught in schools, so they teach themselves. They learn the language of money, the vocabulary of investing, the principles of behavioral economics. This knowledge builds confidence, and confidence enables action. Perhaps most importantly, the wealthy have reframed their relationship with failure. They see losses not as catastrophes, but as tuition paid to the University of Experience. Every mistake contains a lesson. Every setback holds the seed of a comeback. This resilience, this ability to learn and adapt, is what separates those who build lasting wealth from those who give up. Your financial future is not written in stone. It is a story you are writing with every choice you make today. The beliefs you hold about money are not facts. They are hypotheses that can be tested and revised. The habits you practice daily are not trivial. They are the compound interest of behavior. Small actions, repeated consistently, create extraordinary results over time. The Millionaire Mindset is available to anyone willing to examine their beliefs and change their behaviors. It starts with awareness, with shining a light on the invisible scripts that have been running your financial life. It continues with education, with learning the principles that govern wealth creation. And it flourishes with action, with making decisions aligned with your values and long-term vision. This is not financial advice, but an invitation to explore your own relationship with money. To question the stories you've been telling yourself about what's possible for your life. The wealthy are not a different species. They simply think differently, believe differently, act differently. And everything they know, you can learn. The only question is, are you ready to rewrite your financial story?